Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Autodesk Virtual Academy. I'm Nigel Mbayak. I guess good evening to our friend Thomas Stuehle over there at Autodesk. Thomas, how's it going?
Hey, I'm good, thank you. Hi.
Absolutely. And so, this is what everyone's been waiting for. What I've been waiting for, I guess, for the last 12 months is the AutoCAD Inventor and Vault 2021 releases. And so, as tradition, every year, KETIV does a What's New series of webinars all about what's new in those three products. And some more products as well, and kind of highlight what the new functionalities are, what some of the new workflows are with our friends over at Autodesk, which brings me to Thomas, who's one of the senior technical support specialists at Autodesk. Thomas, do you want to give a little bit of background of what you do over there at Autodesk?
Oh yeah, of course. So I'm a senior technical support specialist. I work since 4 years for Autodesk in the technical support. And yeah, I'm part of the team that handles AutoCAD core and the tool sets.
Absolutely. And so definitely thank you for joining us today, Thomas. It's our pleasure to have you join us. I know it's the end of your workday, or I guess past the end of your workday. So thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to join us.
I'm very happy.
Let's go ahead and pass it over to Thomas, and let's go ahead and see what's in AutoCAD 2021.
Perfect. Yeah, good. So then I'm going to start. So welcome, everybody. I'm very excited to share with you today what's new with the new release of AutoCAD 21. I will show you some new really handy functionality and also the enhancements of some tools which got introduced during the last years. I will try not to jump so much between my initial slide deck and the running application, so I will try to bundle a few things together. That means for our session today, I will give you an overview up front in form of some slides, followed by a live demonstration afterwards. There will also be a Q&A part after my presentation, where you can ask us all the stuff you would like to know. So let's get it on. Here's an overview of what we will cover today. AutoCAD 21 is packed full of value for you. And first, it's all about the right AutoCAD for you. Most probably, some of you just use the core AutoCAD, even though you work in a specific field, which might be covered by one of the tool sets. Maybe because you just started using AutoCAD, or maybe because it is the working standard of your company, or because of the force of habit, since you always work like that. So I'm going to give you a rough overview of which options you have with the industry-specific tool sets and what that could mean for you. And afterwards, you choose your AutoCAD. Secondly, in the second point, I'm excited to talk to you about the AutoCAD Web App and the mobile app. They give you the freedom and the flexibility to stay connected to the same drawings from any device, anywhere and at any time. And next to the great options these applications give, which I will explain, I will talk to you about these components as an introduction, because they will give you a better understanding of some of the smart AutoCAD functions mentioned in point number 3. And point number 3 is going to be the biggest part of our presentation today. With intelligent and automated workflows, AutoCAD continues to deliver new functionality and enhancement to existing ones. That will also be the part where it will get lively on the screen and I will fire up my AutoCAD application. And I guess that's the reason why you're all here today. So let's start with the first point. AutoCAD, including specialized tool sets, got introduced in the release 2019. It enables you to work faster and more efficiently across disciplines. Now, how is that possible? With 7 tool sets, you have access to include industry-specific functions, features, and libraries to your AutoCAD application. And for a better understanding, let me quickly show you more in detail. You have here on the slide in the upper left corner the core AutoCAD in red, and next to it in gray the tool sets. Over the past 20 years, we've been investing in AutoCAD vertical specialized tool sets, and they make you more productive because they come with enhanced industry-specific functionality. And now, and since 2019, as a subscriber to 21, you gain access to all the capabilities of the industry-specific tool sets and libraries. And the best thing is, with the tool sets, you will always have the right tools at hand, and you can keep on working in a familiar AutoCAD interface. And let's just pick one as an example what this could mean for you. Let's pick the first one, AutoCAD architecture. Have you ever wanted to create floor plans, sections, or elevations for a building with the core AutoCAD application? You can do that and draw the whole house just with single lines and blocks. There are also tons of tutorials out there how you can do that. But I'm going to tell you that's a lot of effort, and you probably know that. So you should ask yourself, why doing all this effort, and if you can be more efficient? Why not taking the advantage of AutoCAD architecture, which adds more than 8,000 intelligent architectural objects, styles, and features specifically for architects. And the example we made here for the architecture toolset, you can transfer it easily to the other industry fields. You will have access to AutoCAD electrical, AutoCAD mechanical, to MEP, 3D plant design, and also access to mapping and raster design toolsets and libraries. So just make your life easier. Just choose the right toolset for you. It's free anyways for you as a subscriber. So if you don't use it yet, just give it a shot and you will see that you and your team have a big chance of working more effectively. Now the second point, connected AutoCAD, as I said, focusing on the web app and the mobile app. They provide a quick and seamless access to your CAD drawings on any device wherever you are. Next to the desktop application, the web app and the mobile app make it possible to continue designing and drafting from anywhere with the most up-to-date files. Anywhere can be, for example, as usual at work or working from home like most of us do now, in a customer meeting, in the field, and on the go. And I'm sure you will find other examples too where you can use them. This slide is giving you an overview of everything that comes together with AutoCAD on any device. We have the AutoCAD desktop application, we have AutoCAD Web, and we have AutoCAD Mobile. So you can choose for yourself, do I want to work with AutoCAD for Windows, for Mac, on the web or on a mobile device? Do I want to work with an iPad, an iPhone, an Android, or a Windows device? You can even work with from all of them. It's up to you. These apps enable you to work on any drawing in AutoCAD on any platform. And you can work on the same drawings from any device, but you have to save them in the cloud. This is necessary to work on them. What means work exactly? The AutoCAD web and mobile apps let you create, edit, and design anytime, anywhere, and they work hand in hand. And what that could mean, I can give you 2 or 3 examples. In some cases, you can really forget to print drawings. You don't really need to print the drawings anymore to show information in the field or to forward information. You just take your portable device and show it in the field. Also, you don't need to go back to your office because you forgot the plans or you took the wrong ones or the wrong version, and you lose important time for your project. You always have the up-to-date drawing in your pocket on your mobile device. Also for drawings, for meetings, you can easily cut down communication time and bring design teams together to review and edit CAD drawings in real time wherever you are. That means now you can work in real time with other users on the same drawing. Wherever you go, you can have peace to have at least AutoCAD in your pocket and to move on working. And to understand that a bit more in detail, in case you don't know yet, let's quickly check the web app and the mobile app a bit more in detail. You see here AutoCAD Web App. There's a browser open and you see the URL web.autocad.com. That's the starting point for you. AutoCAD Web is the newest addition to the AutoCAD family of products, and it runs in the browser. It looks similar to your AutoCAD desktop application. You get core AutoCAD 2D drafting tools and commands with a simplified interface, which looks similar to the desktop version. And that means for you, you can quickly get up to speed and be productive with little to no training. You don't have to download anything. You don't have to install anything. You just simply visit web.autocad.com, sign in with your Autodesk account, and start working on the drawings that are stored in the cloud. Of course, it's a valid question to ask, how do the files get in the cloud? You can upload them manually on web.autocad.com, or you can save them from your running desktop application, starting by version 2019 in the cloud. And now with the drawing saved in the cloud, all the work that you do in the web app is accessible also when you switch devices. You can pick up where you left off. And one of the devices you use can be your mobile phone or your tablet. And for those devices, since the web app doesn't run in the mobile browser, we have the mobile app. And the functionality is the same. It has the same backend. It just looks a bit different, which is understandable since you use your hand to navigate and not the mouse as you do on the web app. Yeah, when you compare both, of course, the graphical user interface is different. The web app comes with a command line because it's intended to use a keyboard also, which is not meant to be in the mobile app. But the mobile app comes with extra functionality. You can also download your file. This means you can work offline when you don't have Wi-Fi. It also comes with mobile-only tools that let you add, for example, laser measurements to your drawings, and you can add site photos to your plans. And I mentioned before, you can upload your drawings directly on web.autocad.com or from within your desktop directly on the same location. Yeah, another enhancement after this was in version 2020. We announced partnerships with Box, with Dropbox, and with OneDrive. So you were able to connect already to 3 storage providers to open your drawing in any AutoCAD application. And we have great news now. Here's even more value for active 21 subscribers. This year, we added Google Drive. And that means we have 4 of the biggest storage providers that you can add to AutoCAD to your benefits. And the benefits, they are clear and visible. You have access to your drawings from anywhere, and you have access to your most up-to-date drawings from any device. And now the last point, the biggest point of the presentation today, to conclude, let's have a look of the new features and enhancements that have been added to 21 and that are available to the subscribers right now. For me, Smart AutoCAD definitely lifts AutoCAD to the next level. This year, our software and the workflows that I will show you allow you to push the boundaries even a bit further than before. Yeah, so let me start my AutoCAD to show you live what this new functionality is. So let me finish my presentation, share a different screen, and then we are good to go with the live demonstration. Yeah. You should see my AutoCAD 21 right now, and the drawing that we work now with is here, this floor plan sample. When I hover with my mouse over the drawing, you can see the tooltip when you're sitting close to your screen, and you see that it is linked to my Dropbox account, to my synchronized Dropbox folder on my computer. Yeah? And that's where we're working on today. We will work on files that are stored in Dropbox. And I will also show you how the interaction, how the synchronization and works with the web app, with the mobile app, and what this could mean for you. So let's start with this drawing. This is the main drawing that shows us a floor plan of a building. And to give you an overview of what you have to expect, I have here reference files attached. And I will show you new functionality, mostly in this reference files. I have this hatch file that was marked in blue in my main drawing right now. Yeah, marked in blue here. And I have a doghouse plan of the dog house that's in front of the entrance of the main building. Yeah, we need a protector in front of the doghouse and in front of our house. That's why we have the doghouse here. So let's start with the functionality. And the first function that I would like to show you is the new or the enhanced, more or less, trim and extend command. Now, the intention with the enhancement is to make the workflows for the commands quicker and to speed up productivity. Now, within previous versions, whether the requirement was to make all entities either cutting or boundary edge, keys like return, enter, or spacebar had to be pressed, or the right mouse button had to be clicked on the first prompt. And this is no longer the case. When I zoom a little bit closer, these are single lines, and I start my trim command. Now we see that by default, when I choose the trim command, the cutting edges or the boundary edges have already been applied. Yeah, when I hover with my mouse over the lines, it gives us a preview of how the situation will look after I click my mouse. Yeah, this is very easy. And we have enhanced functionality too. We can, next to this single click, use a two-click fence. That means everything that is cut by this fence is trimmed. We can see here really comfortable what that means for my grid here. Yeah, everything in between is trimmed. Next to this two-click fence, we can also work with a lasso. Yeah, freehand, just browse here through my grid and everything is directly cut that got hit by the line. Yeah, very easy, of course. It works the same way on the other side. And it works the same way with the extend command. So when I use my extend command, I click here, everything is directly extended. Yeah, we can also use the two-click fence. When I go a bit outside, we see that it also works with the lasso. Okay, very, very handy functionality. It got some behavior that customers, what they wanted to be enhanced. Yeah, and this is the interaction of trim when it comes to hatches. Yeah, that's why I draw here these lines in front of a hatch, because what happened in previous version was when I selected with the trim command a line that was in front of a hatch, not the outside boundary of the hatch geometry was cut. No, the single elements in between the hatches were cut. And as you can see, this is here definitely not the case. So the function recognizes the outside boundary of the hatch. Yeah, and whoever wants to go back to the previous functionality can easily do this. Right now on my side, the command line is active, and in the command line we have the mode function. And when I press this mode function, I can switch back from quick, which is a 21 functionality, to the previous functionality. And then when I select the single lines here in the hatch, you see that it is treated or it recognizes the hatch boundaries as a cutting boundary. Yeah. Just remember, when you go back to quick afterwards, it is not recognized as a long line again. Yeah, it became a single line and you have to trim it separately. Yeah, also when you go back to the mode standard, you have this rectangle that you can draw on the first click, which also some people like. So just keep in mind, the new functionality of trim and extends works same way, just the opposite, and you can go back to the previous functionality just by choosing the mode standard. The next function that I would like to show you is the revision cloud. And for the revision cloud, I would like to go here in my second reference file, the doghouse plan. Just to give you an overview in case you don't know yet, revision clouds are object types that form cloud-shaped objects consisting of arc segments. Yeah? For example, if you review or redline drawings, you can use a revision cloud feature to call attention to portions of each drawing, for example, at a stage of its verification and review. And when you created revision clouds in the past, the arc length of the arc segments was either too large or too small. And what should happen now is that it's already set correctly. In the past, it got a different result depending on the scale of the objects. And this is why I don't only want to work with my small doghouse. I want to create a second one next to it on the other side of the entrance. but we don't want a small dog alone. We have a big house. We want a big dog. That's why I will scale up my dog house, including the dog, right? And I will draw my revision cloud. Yeah, as a rectangle, I have to specify my first corner. I have to specify my second corner, and the revision cloud is set correctly. The second one, for this object, it's also set correctly. In previous versions, the revision cloud itself was a polyline. And when we look at the properties right now, you can see that the revision cloud itself has its own object type. What does that mean for us? Previously, the polyline, the revision cloud, since it was a polyline, only had the attributes of a polyline. Now that the revision cloud is its own object type, it comes together with object type specific attributes, which is, for example, here the arc length. Yeah, which means when you change the arc length to 7 inches, it changes instantly and it works perfectly for every scaled object. Yeah, so it's not just a quick tool, it has its own object type, its own properties. It is very flexible in the way how revision clouds are created. Yeah, and it is a tool which got used a lot since it got introduced. Yeah, and that's why it was important for us to enhance this functionality to make it more flexible based on the feedback of our customers. And here in the doghouse plan sample Xref, I want to switch to another new functionality, which is break at point. It breaks the selected object, for example, a line, into 2 objects at a specific point. Yeah? It replaces the old start method of doing this with the break command. And now it has its own command. You will find that on the same place. Here, modify, we have the old break command, and we have the break at point command. Yeah, but let me create a line first to show you the functionality. So I'm going to enter that. It's black. You can't 100% see it. So let me make it white. And we see in the attribute here, it is 79 inches, just to know what we are dealing with. Okay. So I want to modify this line. I want to add a point at a specific location. I select the command. The command line tells me, choose your object, and I snap the start point and move my mouse over the line. Yeah, I can click at any time, or I enter a distance, for example, 10 inches. And now, when I go here, I check properties, it is exactly 10 inches. Yeah, now I open the properties afterwards. So properties is the last command in the command line, but I go back to break at point. This means I can always, and that's what I want to show you, you can reuse this command, restart this command just by hitting enter, since break at point has its own command right now. So we are done with our work here in the Xrefs. Yeah, in the first Xref, I showed you the trim command, I showed you the extend command. In the doghouse sample, we worked with a revision cloud. We had the new functionality break at point. So I want to save my both Xrefs. And now I'm going back to my main drawing. Yeah, and when you look here in the lower right corner, we see a notification. Yeah, we introduced a new way of managing blocks. Oh, sorry. This functionality is the new Xref functionality, Xref Compare, and it helps you to understand what happens in the files that you're drawing references. Yeah, you get the bubble notification, and you can choose to view the differences right from the notification. Yeah, that means when I select this link here, everything that got changed in my attached Xref is now shown. It's shown in a different color, and underneath is the drawing compare functionality. That means it comes with the same colors. You see everything that is in green is new in the Xrefs. Everything is red, got deleted from the Xrefs. Yeah, you can toggle out everything that has no differences in the Xrefs, and you can toggle out everything that is, for example, in your main drawing or in other Xref files. You can also move with those arrows from Xref change to Xref change to have a closer look. Very nice. And in the past, it has been a manual and time-consuming process to keep track of the changes in the projects around you. Yeah, and by helping you automate this process, we know that we will be able to save you a lot of valuable time. The next function that got enhanced is the quick measure functionality. Yeah, it's not new, but it has some additional feature. I was very impressed with this tool when it was added in the previous release, and now it even got better. Yeah, so let me show you what that means. Last time when I went here to measure quick, and I was hovering my mouse over single parts, it directly tells me the distance between two parallel lines. And here, since a rectangle, the corners are shown as 90 degrees corners. When you hover over other areas, it gives you, for example, here 45 degree, the direct angle. And now the enhancement is, when I click in the middle, it directly gives me the square inch, also the area of the selected element and the perimeter. And in the combination with the Shift key, I can even add other objects. Yeah, for example, this, or this. Yeah, we see everything is shown here as a number, which will disappear when we go out of the functionality, but still you can have a look at your command line in case you need to copy it to another place, the area or the perimeter. Very nice and handy if you just quickly need to measure, for example, a wall that you need to paint, and you need to double check if you have enough paint for it. Yeah, very quick and handy functionality. Another thing that got enhanced is working with blocks. So when I open the graphical user interface for it, we see that on the first view, it didn't change. But when we have a closer look, the content of these two tabs changed. What's called libraries right now was called other drawings before. And right now, you can choose for yourself which drawing includes the blocks you want to handle in the future and you want to access quickly in the future. So here you have the option either to choose already a selected drawing and to pick one of the blocks from that drawing, or to browse through your folder structure on your computer to add a new drawing. Yeah, and you see when I change from the one drawing to the next drawing, different blocks are shown. Yeah, and we want to use this functionality right now. And for example, add the sofa. Yeah, our dog needs to rest, gets a sofa, needs some music, gets a piano, also a lamp for the night. Yeah, and this, the nice thing is, this block is now listed under recent. So you see, we have our lamp, our piano, and our sofa for the dog. And I was saying before that there's a synchronization between the drawings that we open here in AutoCAD, and there's a synchronization to the cloud. And that's what I want to show you right now. So we go to www.autocad.com. I sign in with my Autodesk account. You can write me emails for Christmas now. Very welcome. So, and here we see our file manager, yeah, for everything that is saved from within Autodesk, AutoCAD. And here we have the folder structure from Dropbox. Dropbox, my drawings. And here we have the floor plan sample. The Xrefs will come, here they are, and you see that everything that we saved seconds ago on our desktop application is now available also in the web application and is also available in the mobile application. And the nice thing is, it's not only the content of the drawing, it is also the blocks that we worked with recently. So here the blocks, the tabs are the same, we have the libraries, and we have recent. And when the graphic is built up, you will see we have the lamp, we have the piano, and we have the sofa. Yeah, so there is a synchronization, not only on the content of the drawing, also when it comes to the blocks, to the recent blocks, or the libraries, everything is same. Good. And the reason why and how it's synchronized, let me just show you quickly. When you go to your AutoCAD options, there is a new entry, blocks recent folder location. Yeah? And this folder, when I open it here on my computer, recent blocks synchronized, every block that you inserted got its own DWG, and this is the way how it's synchronized. Yeah, so this is mandatory to do that. Since I'm already here in the folder structure, let me show you another functionality. We have the floor plan sample that we worked with. And a functionality that Dropbox provides is the history. That means when I do a right mouse click on the drawing, there is an entry that says version history. When I click it, another tab in my browser opens, and we see all the different versions of my floor plan sample that got saved over the days since I uploaded it. Right? And this is something that comes from Dropbox. And AutoCAD uses this functionality to access the same versions of that drawing in the running AutoCAD application. Let me show you how you can do that. You just go to the View tab, and there is an entry, Drawing History. And when you click that, you see all the different versions of your drawing. Yeah, a lot of stuff that I changed just to have some entries during the last days. And you can see everything started on the 6th of April. If it's too much and you don't want to see everything, just filter, go from the 15th to the 16th, and the entries will be less. Yeah, you could also filter here on users. Yeah, but since I was the only user working on that, it doesn't make sense to filter by name, but just keep that in mind. Okay, I can of course reset everything, go from the 6th to the 16th again, and everything is listed. And what we have with Drawing Compare and what we have with Xref Compare, we have it now also for all the versions of the drawing saved in the cloud. That means when I select, for example, one of my last drawings here, there's a button in the corner that says Compare. And this functionality does nothing else than the Xref Compare or the Drawing Compare, but it allows me to go back to a way previous state from days or weeks ago. Yeah, and it has the same coloring. Yeah, everything that got new since then is shown in green. Everything that was deleted in my current drawing in red. So this is same. Yeah, but there's one difference. What we don't have, for example, in Xref Compare, there is a button that says import objects. So if there is a component in a previous drawing that we don't have in our current drawing, you can press this functionality, select the object, and that object is directly imported in my current drawing. So you are able to get objects back that you deleted versions before. Yeah, and keep in mind also that could help you a lot just in case your drawing might get corrupt at some point. You could use exactly that functionality to go back to a previous point to avoid the corruption that might appear in one of the last savings. So yeah, that was it about the new functionality. We had some new functions, we had some enhancements, we had the new DWG history, Xref Compare. I showed you the new functionalities of the blocks, that there's a synchronization with the applications that are running in the browser. On the mobile app, it's the same. Yeah, so it is very smart functionality, smart workflows, seamless workflows that you are able to run here. Yeah, and I would like to close AutoCAD now and share my first screen again to allow to move to the last point of the presentation today, which is the questions and answers that you want to ask or that you asked already during my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you again, Thomas, for putting that all together for us. Definitely appreciate some of the highlights of the new application that we've seen. I know I'm really excited about some of the enhancements, existing functionality. I know you guys do that very frequently in the dot updates. And that kind of brings me to the first question, which is, are there any service packs available for 2021? How's everyone's experience been? And that came from one of our viewers here. So I just want to go over a little bit about how, and I'll turn my camera on too, is how the release cycle works for Autodesk products now. Before, you would have this big release in March, April every year, and then a lot of my customers specifically that I've talked to over the years won't really upgrade to that new version until a quote-unquote service pack has been released, right? They don't want to be like first to the party. I don't think that needs to be the case anymore because Autodesk is releasing more regular updates, right? And they're like dot updates now as opposed to service packs that have new functionality. And so some of the tools that Thomas showed today are things that kind of originated or maybe started out as something they added in a dot service pack or a dot update, and were improved in these versions. So definitely, I've worked in 2021 AutoCAD Inventor Vault, so definitely don't fear, having to go forward in version. Thomas, do you have anything to add to that?
No, that's it. Yeah.
So, all right. Do you mind showing the tool sets again, Thomas? Someone's asking. Or
the slide with the tool sets?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, I can do that.
Yeah, and so so those tool sets are part of the new branding of AutoCAD, right? It's called AutoCAD, including specialized tool sets. If you're a subscriber to AutoCAD, you automatically have all of these tool sets available to you. So when you hear of things like AutoCAD Mechanical, AutoCAD Electrical, AutoCAD Architecture, that's what we're talking about, right? These things that used to be, I guess they still are, AutoCAD Verticals, right? With an additional tool set that are available to you as a regular AutoCAD subscriber. And like Thomas had mentioned during the presentation, you can do everything you can do, you can perform architectural design in vanilla AutoCAD. The tool sets make it so much easier when you have things like doors, walls, etc. Same thing goes for electrical and mechanical.
Yeah, so the objects the objects they have also an intelligence based on what they are meant for. Yeah, so you don't only have to picture an object that is a table, it can also come with some logic attribute fields that are getting the content from other attribute fields. So it is really logic also behind this tool set.
Absolutely, and if you deal with facilities in any way too, in regards to like facilities design, AutoCAD architecture, AutoCAD mechanical are also ones that port into the factory design utilities functionality, which we've gone over in a couple of AVAs in the past, which, you know, those 2D blocks within AutoCAD, right, that have that intelligence, they connect to a 3D object in Inventor that can go into like things like Navisworks as well. So definitely take a look at some of those tool sets. If you have any questions about how they fit into your existing workflow, let us know. We'll go ahead and answer those questions. Maybe we'll involve some people at Autodesk like Thomas as well to give you some recommendations on how you can start utilizing some of these things that are available to you now as subscription customers. So Thomas, Vincent's asking, does the file size change when you put it in the cloud? Is there anything different about the file size?
I didn't compare it yet, but I don't think so. I don't think it
carries any additional information. I think it's
no.
an AutoCAD file. It's like literally stored into these locations.
Yeah, it should be the same file size.
Cool. And then Corey, that looks like a support question. Definitely she's trying to complete something in 2021 that she thought that she was doing in 2020. So go ahead and send that to me via email, and we'll go ahead and take that as a support question, and we'll see if we can answer that for you. So in regards to structural design, Jim's asking, there's no tool set for that. Jim, go ahead and let us know what you're trying to accomplish. Some of these tool sets, you can do a lot of different things, right? Like for example, right, is the Plant 3D tool set. You don't have to create a process plant. There's some other things you can do within there as well. Let us know. You might be looking, based on what you're asking, maybe for some of the other AutoCADs, specifically the Advanced Steel one. Let me know, Jim. It looks like someone just messaged me a question about suites. Yeah, so some of the suites haven't released 2021 yet. Autodesk is rolling out the product to everybody slowly. So those people who have like a la carte AutoCAD or Product Design and Manufacturing Collection on subscription, you guys automatically get, you know, all of the individual products as they release. For suites, it's a little bit different. So definitely be on the lookout, but those are on the way. All right, and then I'll let everyone get another 30 seconds or so to ask any more questions you do have, and then I'll go ahead and make a couple of announcements. So first off, this is only part one of a 3-part What's New series that we do here every year. So this was AutoCAD 2021. In the next 2 weeks, we're going to be doing Vault 2021 as well as Inventor 2021. So definitely stay tuned for the next 2 weeks. Autodesk has done a really good job in releasing these products all together. So we can go ahead and have this series of webinars every year. I'm really excited for it and excited to see what the next 2 products bring as well. All right, let's see what we got here. And Thomas, do you know if there's anything in regards to Advanced Steel 2021 that might be a little bit different, or just these verticals?
I'm not aware of it.
Okay, cool. So Advanced Steel has another team at Autodesk too, and so I can go ahead and ask some of those people that I do know about Advanced Steel if they've done anything with that product, because that falls outside of the regular AutoCAD specialized tool sets. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that, Jim. Jim, go ahead and send me an email. I send you like the emails for all of the reminders every week. Just reply to one, and that'll get us connected, and we can go ahead and take a look at that for you. Backwards compatibility and file version. Are the file versions the same as last year's AutoCAD?
Yeah, 2018.
Cool. So like in all AutoCADs, they are pretty much backwards compatible when it comes to vanilla, and you can back save into older versions. That brings me to this point too, is when you're utilizing some of these verticals, sometimes you don't have the same backwards compatibility depending on which one you're using. So it definitely if you have any questions about that, let us know here and we can go ahead and answer those questions for you. All right. And then a question from the other stream. In regards to the cloud drives, is Fusion Team one of the drives you can place the files in? Thomas, I don't think you can connect Fusion Team to the web app, correct?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it is the file manager where you can save your files from within the AutoCAD application, like save to web and mobile, and you can choose one of the 4 storage providers. Yeah, that's it for now.
Okay. Will it, or is it possible to get working drawings from JPEGs or PDFs into AutoCAD? So that's a bit of a loaded question. It is possible to get working drawings from PDF files if the PDF is a vector-based PDF. So AutoCAD added some functionality a couple of years ago with some of the PDF import tools to be able to bring some of those files into AutoCAD and start using some of the lines and text if it can determine if it's SHX text or not. Do you have anything to add to that, Thomas?
Yes, I have. So there's a tool called Raster tool. Yeah, Raster, and Raster Design Toolset, which is also mentioned in the toolsets list. And it provides a functionality that it recognizes the lines in a PDF file or image, I think both, yep. And it directly converts it into lines. So if you don't have a vector PDF like Nigel mentioned, then go ahead and take the Raster Design Toolset. I also saw nice videos about the functionality on YouTube, so you should definitely find something when it comes to that.
Absolutely. And in regards to finding tutorials to how to use some of these tool sets, we've done some deep dives into a couple of these. So definitely, Santiago, if you have any specific ones you want to take a look at, let us know and we can see what resources we can send your way. Additionally, the Autodesk Knowledge Network, which is knowledge.autodesk.com, has, I think, infinite information. It's endless information about all of these tool sets, the functionality, and what every button means in the application. And some of those workflows. So definitely take a look at the knowledge base that has, I learned so much stuff through there, and hopefully you all can see that it's super useful like I do too. And so just to continue on that PDF to working drawings workflow that Francisco asked, we have a couple of videos as to, converting some of those PDFs into line work that you can edit. So definitely take a look at those. If you can't find them, let me know and I'll find them for you. All right. I think that's everything we have for questions. Anything to add before we let everybody go here, Thomas?
Not from my side.
Awesome. So again, I'd like to thank you, Thomas, for joining us today. And Lynn, I know you're listening in the background. Definitely thank you for helping us put all of this together as part of the Autodesk team who collaborated with us to put these webinars on. I'm glad everyone could join us today and some of the new functionality. If you have any questions moving forward, go ahead and shoot me an email and I'll go ahead and either send that over to Thomas or people on his team to be able to answer if I can't answer it directly. Again, stay safe, everyone. I know we're all working from home. It's probably going to be this way for a little bit longer. That doesn't mean we're going to stop doing Autodesk Virtual Academy. So we'll see you all next week at 10 a.m. Pacific. And Thomas, thanks again. We'll talk soon.
Thank you for the invitation. It was a pleasure. And yeah, greetings to everybody who listened.
Absolutely. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.